Your forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Temperatures were able to warm up in the 30s after a very cold start to our day, and now they're falling back down into the 20s. As we take a look at our current conditions, it's 24 degrees in Champaign, 29 in Watsika, 29 also in Pontiac, 32 degrees in Lincoln, and it's 34 degrees in Mattoon, which is where we have our first weather camera in Charleston on our Roofing Dog iNet. We will see more clouds coming into the area overnight tonight. Winds remain out of the south up to around 10 miles per hour, and with the southerly winds as well as cloudy skies expected to come into play here by later on tonight, our temperatures shouldn't get all that cold. We should be dropping down into the low 20s for our lows, and we'll have a little bit of some fog to wake up to on Friday morning. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
My hope is that we'll be able to add more kids, keep more kids off the street.
How much of an impact will a casino make in Danville? Some say it will change lives.
She's run away more than a dozen times. Why police say this time it might be different for a missing teen.
Everybody comes here to look at our Capitol, and it's not decorated for Christmas.
And no lights are on the dome this holiday season, why the Capitol isn't lit for the holidays.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
We have a waiting list every year of over 100 kids or more.
But now they may be getting just that. The Boys and Girls Club of Danville has been promised $1 million by the future casino operators. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jessica Coons. Jennifer is off tonight. Haven Gaming pledged that $1 million when they applied to be the casino operator. Tonight, we're learning more about what the Boys and Girls Club will do with it. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is with us now. So, Courtney, what are their plans?
Yeah, Jessica, well, those plans are to add more room, and they don't know how many kids exactly they'll be able to bring in with this expansion, but they say every single life has a huge impact.
It's a pledge at this point, so I'm cautiously optimistic that this is going to happen.
News of a casino coming to Danville was something many city leaders were happy to hear. But now, one nonprofit is also celebrating.
So this is the gymnasium.
In a pledge to the city, the future casino operators Haven Gaming said they would give $1 million to the Boys and Girls Club to expand.
In Haven Gaming's pledge is to let us use their architects to do all our architectural design work pro bono, which is great because there's costs there that we would have to incur. A computer lab.
The club is one of few Boys and Girls Clubs in the state that have an on-site location.
We're at capacity every year. We have been for the last 6 years with a waiting list of over 100+ kids.
They already serve more than 200 kids during the school year, but the building they're in now is more than 16 years old. Although they know some repairs are needed, their biggest focus is growth.
It doesn't take much for us to watch the news and see the increase in crime on the streets, the increase of juvenile crime on the streets. That tells me that there's a lot of need out there for families to have a safe place for their kids to go, and also to teach them about making good choices, teach about conflict resolution skills and those types of things.
If the Boys and Girls Club gets the okay for an addition, it will likely go on the back side of the building that already exists and allow them to work with more kids.
My hope is that we'll be able to add more kids, keep more kids off the street, and possibly help, our city and other cities cut down on crime.
Contractors will be coming to the Boys and Girls Club in January to give them estimates. They won't know what they can do with the $1 million exactly until then. Jessica.
All right, interesting. Courtney, thank you. The Boys and Girls Club director says if they get the addition, they will need extra donations. That's because they'll need to hire more people. And with the upcoming increase in minimum wage, it could be more difficult for them to pay employees. A 15-year-old girl is missing in Coles County. Police say Markayla McGee left her home in Charleston on the afternoon of December 3rd. They say the teen has run away nearly 15 times since August, but it's only lasted a couple of days each time. Now that it's been more than 2 weeks, police say she is considered missing, and they are worried she might be with people who don't have her best interests in mind. If you have any information about where she is, you should contact police.
What started as an attempted traffic stop ended in gun and drug charges. Police tried to pull over O'Shea Cotton near Airport Road and Willow Road in Urbana yesterday, but he jumped out of the moving van and ran. He tossed a black bag that had nearly 3.5 pounds of marijuana inside before running into a home on Airport Road. Police surrounded the home, and Cotton eventually surrendered. They found 3 guns, 2 of which were stolen, ammunition, and nearly 6 pounds of marijuana inside the house.
The Decatur Police Union is fighting a city ordinance it's calling unconstitutional. That ordinance allows police to impound vehicles that are being used unlawfully. That can mean anything from playing music too loud to street racing. Police don't have to have any other reason to take the cars if they think an offense has been committed. Decatur's police union says that's a constitutional violation because those cars are seized before a person is found guilty. This dispute is still in court, where it started back in 2016. The next court date is slated for February. More than 250 new laws take effect at the start of the new year.
And with those laws come several new taxes. While some are in new markets like marijuana, one might make it more difficult for you to get that new car you've been eyeing. WCIA 3's Cole Hankey's in our Capitol newsroom tonight. So, Cole, how will this new tax work?
The new tax hits the money that you get back on returns from trading in a car. Before, you wouldn't have to pay any tax on that money as long as you were trading in a car for a different car of the same value. But that will change at the beginning of the new year.
It was just kind of slipped in on their new tax structure. So it's an unnecessary bad tax.
Mike Quinby has been in the car business for over 40 years. And at the start of the new year, he will have to start collecting a brand new tax. And he isn't happy about it.
You have got the full trade amounts tax. So if you have a $30,000 trade and you trade on a $30,000 car, you have 0 tax right now. If you come in after the first of the year, you trade a $30,000 car for a $30,000 car, you're going to lose $20,000 worth of tax credit.
The new tax costs traders a rate of 6.25% on any amount over $10,000. And it's led to a rush of people trading in their cars before the start of the new year.
Absolutely. We sure have. A lot of folks are coming in and want to get the deal done before the end of the year and save that money. It just makes sense to save money.
Even those that had no plans to trade in their cars now have started to look after hearing about the new tax.
Her car's paid off, in May, but, we have the decision now if we want to just pay the car off or trade it back in, get that money put towards the new vehicle, or, we don't want to simply pay the tax twice, essentially. So.
Heaton still doesn't know if they will trade in their car, but said if the tax didn't change in the first place, they wouldn't have even thought about it.
I don't see how it's a good thing. But the way I've seen Illinois spend their money, I don't anticipate it going to something that's actually useful for us. So.
Now, overall, Quimby doesn't think that this will lower the number of people trading in cars altogether, but he does think that it'll hurt you and you won't get back all the money that you deserve when you're trading in that car. Paul?
All right, Cole, thanks. Now, the sales tax will apply to any cost over $10,000. Any trade-in below that amount will not be affected by the tax. All of the money from this tax will go toward the state's capital bill.
A dozen players signed on the dotted line for the Illini. What Lovie Smith has to say about this early signing class.
Also tonight.
Felt like that is my responsibility to give back.
Our own Brett Behrens gives the gift of life whenever he can. Well, it was once given to him.
And we've got cloudy skies tonight, so we're expecting more in the way of some clouds as well as some patchy fog to develop as well. But we started off the day very chilly in the single digits, and we're able to get into the lower middle 30s for our highest today. Coming up, though, we are talking about some foggy nights. We'll be seeing the sun quite a bit for the next 7 days, and our temperatures will be warming up as well. We'll talk about that all coming up next.